The following is a presentation of the ERL Formula E World Series on Sparkplug Motorsports.
Welcome back to Queensland, Australia, where Remy LeBeau's on pole from Linus Eriksson and Ewer Puff. Revo starts fourth from Awful Catfish and Sebastian Ocampo. Following them is Marcus Nelson from Daniel Bogdasarov and the Red Devil, with Nicholas Palomino rounding out the top 10. Leclerc is 11th from teammate Akari Lopez and Charles Hernandez, and it's U-Cable down in 14th from Oscar Falstad and Oinkro Ezra. Inocu is 17th from Scadolin Rossack and Francis Austin. Then it's the last three drivers of Kynes, Butler and Babinis Jr. Returning to Australia with the reigning champion starting on pole. Revo's fourth. All five lights go on. And we are underway in Australia. Great start there from the front row man of Linus Eriksson, but Remy LeBeau coming down into turn number one, getting the traction he needs. Linus having to defend from Ewer Puff coming out of turn number two, but it is still the reigning champion who leads this race, on board with the 28, who takes the lead, going through 3 and 4, side by side between Remy LeBeau and Linus Eriksson, both of them in a major fight for the lead coming through 8. No track limits or contact time penalties, and we've got a full course caution. Rookie Oinkro Ezra is out of this race. And for the Dragon Racing man, who's run a brilliant set of races as a replacement for Tenali Gabo, unfortunately his stay down under has come to an abrupt stop without even making it to the next lap. We are on lap 1 of 14. Linus Eriksson did manage to stay in front of Remy LeBeau as the full course cautions now end. Championship leader Revo is third. We are back under the green flags. Eriksson came into this race tied in third with Ewer Puff. Revo, of course, the standings leader, but he's almost 30 points up on U-Cable, and U-Cable not scoring points right now. He's a second off of the back of Akari Lopez, and I believe he might have been involved in that incident. That was Falstad going side by side with Lars Leclerc. On to lap 2 of 14. We go on board with the 7 of Revo. Been rumours of a new helmet for that guy. We'll see what comes of that later. But Revo on those medium tyres, slower than the soft tyres of the men in front of him, but still running a pretty solid race. It's made up one position, and that's past a Formula E champion in its own right. Ewer Puff, as Leclerc got very close to the wall there. We've already seen what happens when you get too close. Pretty good start for Devin Butler as well, up about 5 places from 21st on the grid. Babinis Jr. was on the very back row in last and did manage to pick it up. Attack mode is online, but as you can see, only a handful of drivers really reaping the benefits. The Red Devil staying in front of Lars Leclerc onto the main straight. When do we expect the first pit stops to happen? At the end of this lap, so it could be a 2-stop race. And if someone does manage to make it a 1-stop, we will be quite surprised. Fastest lap is in the hands of the reigning World Drivers' Champion. And it is great to be back in the ERL Formula E Series, as look at that from Ewer Puff, already back in front of Revo and now on the back of his title rival from last season. And that's close to the wall there. As you can see, Palomino up in the top 10. It's been a very turbulent full first season for the 93 from Spain. Honestly, I think Sims Motorsport should be aiming for victory in a single race with Nicholas, rather than trying to mount a top 10 in the titles. Because if he can get a win, title challenge should come quite close behind. Cable is backing up quite a lot of the pack, and I think, oh, there goes UFF. I think Remy's going to come into the pits, and he is down into the pits. First man to stop is Remy LeBeau. And Cable, despite his hard tires, looking pristine. He's been holding up quite a large amount of the pack, and so has Nicholas Palomino, who gets close to the wall. Thankfully didn't hit it in his fight for fourth as he makes the lunge down the inside and takes fourth position. Also into the pits at the end of that lap, Catfish, Sebastian Ocampo, Francis Austin, I believe, came into the pits. Yeah, he's onto the hard tires, but that was a very slow stop from what we're hearing down at pit lane for Toyota Gazoo Racing. And you can see Bogdasarov on the back. Look at how much blistering is happening with those softs. This is that part of the race where, you know, if you can pit and not have damage, that's when you know you've got it quite well for yourself. You know, you don't often see wrecks around this track, but wrecks do happen. And I think Bogdasarov spinning and Palomino might stay out. In comes UFF and Revo. I think Ericsson's into the pits as well. So, for what I believe is the first time in his Formula E career, Nicholas Palomino leads here in Queensland, Australia. If you're wondering what city in Queensland we're in, oh, Hernandez is out of the race in Brisbane. Oh, that's bad. That's Checlerc. Lawless Checlerc is hit, stricken a Dragon Racing car, and I don't know if he can get it out. I think it's stuck. I don't see that 16 getting out of there, and he is out of this race. Lawless Checlerc and Charles Hernandez out of this race here in Brisbane. And for Nicholas Palomino, I think this might actually be a very good opportunity to come in and make a pit stop. By the way, the undercut did not work for Remy LeBeau. He currently runs 5th of all of the drivers who have come into the pits. Ericsson from UFF and Revo, and all 3 of those guys on the hard tyres. They are looking at Cable. How long can the Briton do with his hard tyres? Because right now, he's got the best tyres of all the drivers who are yet to stop, but they're not quick. There goes Akari Lopez up into 2nd position. The top 4 all Formula E champions. Well, not really. Palomino, a IndyCar champion, sorry. But certainly Formula E champion to be. And he's into the pits with Nelson, Akari Lopez, the Red Devil, and Oscar Falstad. Enoch into the pits with Scatterlin Rossack. And I believe Salas Khan should be coming in too. He is into the pits. So it is Cable who leads this race from UFF and Daniel Bogdasarov. What a fight for the lead. It's a 4-way dogfight, it seems. Here comes the Scotsman up into 2nd position, the net race lead. Unless we have to have another pit stop, and we've got contact further back. Yellow's in the opening sector. I don't know why we've just had that yellow. Where does the opening sector end? Okay. It's Sebastian Ocampo. And he's got front wing damage. Doesn't seem like it was contact with anybody. If it would have been Babinet's Jr. or Butler, but neither of those guys with any damage to their own right. Ocampo's just gone off the track on his own, and that is really unfortunate. Outside of the top 10 in his 2nd season with DS Hyperdrive. While his teammate is dominating the standings, he himself struggles to find himself anywhere near a fight for the win at this rate. It's been a really unlucky 2 seasons so far for that man. We're on to lap 7 of 14. And that gap out in front really shrinking. It's 4 seconds now. Cable is definitely hoping to cut out an extra stop. He's hoping this race is going to be a 2-stop. If he comes in and straps on another set of hards, he can make it to the end of this race. No difficulties at all. Here comes Daniel Bogdasarov. Stays alongside with UFF, but can't get past. They'll get attack mode. That'll be of some solace to the Team Edam's Renault number 97 man. And he doesn't even think of making the move. Now he looks at an opportunity, doesn't quite get it done. He's going to have to try and go around the outside, and it doesn't work initially, but he's got the line, he's got the run he needs as UK Ball pulls into the pits. Daniel Bogdasarov leads in Queensland, and look at this from Revo, the championship leader, up into second position. Puff dropping like a rock without attack mode, as Devin Butler, oh! Bad wreck for Ionet Babinis Jr. Full course caution. Devin Butler up into 6th. Babinis Jr. tried to get past him and ended up riding the walls. We've seen that in the Ace Championship races here. The Ace Championship race here, sorry. That's a championship only 2 races old right now, and honestly, it's been a great proving ground, as we've already seen. Full course cautions end, and we are back underway. Francis Austin's just been passed by Remy LeBeau, who's coming again. I don't know if the soft tires can do 6 laps. I don't think this was the smartest strategy call from Red Bull Sims Porsche here. I think they might be focusing on Palomino, but look at this spread for the lead. Oh my goodness, the top 6 separated by barely even a second as we're on board with car number 9. Follows Devin Butler, who could be going for his first career Formula E race victory after starting 21st on the grid, but I think some of these guys are pitting. That's Puff to the lead. Bogdasarov comes into the pits. Catfish comes into the pits. That reduces your field of competitive men in the top 4 down to 3 because Revo dropped 4 seconds there behind the race leaders now. He's still got great time between him and Marcus Nelson, but still absolutely terrible for his hunt for the win. As we are just looking through the field at this point. On board with Devin Butler for Mahindra Racing. The team, I believe, currently sat last in the standings. Close to into the wall for the 27 there. We've got some dark clouds here in Australia. But with 5 to go, do we really honestly think it might rain? I say that knowing that anything and everything can and has happened in the ERL. And it can easily happen again. I mean, look at Nelson. Got a pretty good run in closing up to the back of the championship leaders. Here comes the reigning World Drivers' Champion, Remy LeBeau, trying to go around the outside on Marcus Nelson. Gets the move done, gets the car stopped into the pits for Devin Butler. Here comes the 27 as Butler's in for his second stop. Side by side, Palomino into the pits too with 4 to go. Remy LeBeau is back up into the podium positions, up in 3rd position. Keep your eyes on the left-hand side of your screen. Some of these guys could be going on to intermediates, but I don't think any of them will. As you can see, softs going on for Salos, guys. For a lot of these guys, they might actually be hoping that the next time they come into the pits, they will have the green walled intermediate tyres strapped onto their ERL 02 cars. And honestly, I think that would be an unbelievable turnaround. And for Puff, came into this race tied in 3rd. He's going to move up into 2nd in the standings. Linus Eriksson is going to move up into 3rd, I believe. UK Ball is going to drop from 2nd down to 4th, but still very much in the title battle. There goes Marcus Nelson, past his old teammates in Revo. It's now in a bit of a teammate sandwich here. There goes UK Ball to P4. Brilliant move as Puff's in the pits. Puff in pit lane, 3 to go. Pole sitter Remy LeBeau is back up into the race lead. But Marcus Nelson's just coming to the pits after doing 4 spectacular laps on the same set of soft tyres. Remy's got another stop to make in this race. And I think UK Ball does as well. I think Revo, Linus Eriksson, the Red Devil, and especially Francis Austin, they've all got another stop to make. This race might be won on strategy. It's not over yet. Far from it. But if you do make a stop at this stage, you're definitely going to want to have Soft tyres as for Scuttle and Rossack. Now I think that was just an issue with the game. Appeared as if his tyres were still fully locked, but travelling in a straight direction wasn't a steering column issue though. UK ball in front of Linus Eriksson right now. Keeping my eyes on the minimap, in comes the Red Devil. Not the Red Devil, Remy LeBeau's into the pits. Also into the pits, Linus Eriksson. There does come into the pits, the Red Devil. 2 to go. These guys all staying out. And Revo's into the pits. UK ball leads from Sebastian Ocampo and Daniel Bogdasarov. Awful Catfish is 4th. Where is Path in all of this? He's 5th. Side by side, dueling with Devin Butler. He's won that particular battle. And now has to chase after the top 4, who we don't think are going to come into the pits again, but we do think will have to make another pit stop, especially in the case of race leader UK ball. He's got a 10-second margin to the guys behind him. He started this race on the hard compound tyres, but right now, I think if he can manage the gap, he can drive quite slowly right now, can the number 10 Power Motorsport driver. He can drive at his own pace. He's got a large margin behind. And he won't pit. Side by side, the battle for second. And definitely going to become the battle for the lead if UK ball's tyres don't hold on. Bogdasarov with attack mode moves up into second position. 19% tyre wear for UK ball. He's in the danger zone. He's firmly within the danger zone. Devin Butler trying to close up to the back of Path as the 2 Red Bull Sims drivers follow in tandem with each other. And for Revo, he's facing a potential non-point scoring race. He could actually leave here, not leaving the standings, I think. I think the gap in the championship was about 23 points heading into this race. UK ball could lead if his tyres can hang on, but at 13%, it's going to come right down to the wire for the man with the oldest tyres in the entire 18-car field that we've got running right now. We've had 4 retirements: Babinets Jr., Leclerc, Hernandez, and Oinkro Ezra, who wrecked on lap 1. And you can see he's really struggling through the final chicane. So on to the final lap in Queensland, Australia for the ERL Formula E Series 26 race. It's the 7th race in the championship, I believe. As we're on this final lap, 4% for UK ball. He's at 3. I don't think he's making it to the end. This could be Bogdasarov, Ocampo, and or Catfish winning this race if they can make the most of the upcoming opportunity, as it's a rear puncture for the race leader. 2-time Formula E world champion UK ball has a rear puncture. He did 1 too many laps. Bogdasarov drives on by. Ocampo's into the back of him. Sebastian Ocampo into the back of UK ball. As now he tries to get it back on track. Hits Linus Eriksson and Akari Lopez. A massive pile-up to end this. Oh my goodness! Out goes the Red Devil and Sebastian Ocampo and Inocu on this hectic, unbelievable final lap of this race. UK ball gets it pointing the right direction again. Revo is going to score points, but for Daniel Bogdasarov, he hits 1% coming to the line. He's done it. He wins in Queensland, and it's a rear puncture for Catfish as we're back under the green flags. It's a horror show for Power Motorsport, who just miscalculated. Catfish will be 7th. From what could have been a surefire 2nd position to the line for 8th, it's going to be Falstad beating Akari. My goodness me, UK ball. He's caused that one, honestly. Remy LeBeau has gone from pole to P3, but that's not the full story. My goodness, what a final lap. That's the first time we've really had that happen with the Michelins. We've never had that happen before in FE. And this This is your podium. Welcome back to the ERL, and welcome back to the top step. Daniel Bogdasarov, he wins in Queensland from Uapath, and Remy Lebeau, the Season 25 Formula E World Champion and the Season 24 Formula E World Champion, both on the podium, alongside a Frenchman. As for the rest of your finishers, Marcus Nelson, salvage P4, and what a drive from Devin Butler, making up 16 positions in this race. I think he could have possibly had a few more things gone his way. I think Butler could have been in the shout for winning this race. Nicholas Palomino was 6th from Catfish and Falstad. Then it's Lopez and Revo, the rest of your point scorers. The non-scorers were Rossack, Ericsson, Kind, Austin, and U-Cable, who, had he stopped and put on the medium compound tyres, I think he could have won this race. Your non-finishers were Enoch, the Red Devil, and Sebastian Ocampo, who all crashed out in that final lap melee. Babinus Jr. Wrecked, trying to overtake Devin Butler. Checlerc and Hernandez after tangling coming out of turn 2, and Oinkro Ezra after his lap 1 turn 8 incident. In the driver's standings, well, look at that. Revo still leads the way, but the gap out in front is about 16 points in front of Uapath. Then it's Daniel Bogdasarov from U-Cable and Linus Eriksson. Francis Austin is 6th, tied with Remy Lebeau. Then it's Awful Catfish, Marcus Nelson, and the Red Devil, the top 10, with the drivers outside of it being Charles Hernandez, Devin Butler, Oscar Falstad tied with Ocampo. Then it's Enoch Hugh, Lars Clerk, Nicholas Palomino, Akari Lopez, Oinkro Ezra, Einar Babinus Jr., sorry. I still thought that Babinus Sr. was still driving, I'm sorry. Salos Kind, and the non-finisher of Scatterlin, and Rossack, who's yet to score any points. He's not the non-finisher. This is the driver's standing, sorry. So into the constructor standings, then heading into the next race of the championship, DS Hyperdrive. Oh my goodness, look at that! For the top 3, Hyperdrive Racing leads 2 points in front of both Jaguar and Power Motorsport. Jaguar and Power Motorsport tied in second on 102 points. This is incredible. We finally have a title battle. Oh my goodness, everyone stay calm. MS Amlin Andretti are 4th from Team Edam's Renault and Toyota Gazoo Racing. Sims Porsche are 7th from Dragon Racing and Pinnacle Racing. Then it's Mahindra Racing and Mercedes EQ. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL Formula E Series returns.
Sparkplug Motorsports thanks you for watching this presentation of the Electric Racing League.